Sunny Bona Young Animators, I made this short video just to show you the process of creating the 2D animation for those of you who have a little bit of issues creating it. So basically I wanted to talk through what I did so that you can follow along and have success with your own 2D animation. So first we have our setup. I have a Lightbox here, but you don't need to have a Lightbox to do the 2D animation. Also, you can use an alternative to Lightbox, and I'll share a video in the lesson resources that will explain different ways that you can make a makeshift Lightbox. So what I've done here is put 2 pieces of blue tack or sticky tack onto the light box, and I've put nails on each one of these sticky tack pieces. Basically, this is to hold the paper steady while I'm drawing so that it doesn't shift around. That helps a lot with having your animation look more realistic and not so wobbly when you go from frame to frame. An alternative to this is using tape to keep the papers from shifting around, so you don't need to have this type of setup with the nails. You can use tape to keep the papers stable and not shift around while you draw. So it's time to draw, and we are going to start with pencil because it is erasable. So when you make a mistake, you can easily erase it. So I've drawn the first image here, and this image will basically be the beginning of my animation. I'm drawing someone walking, and basically went through it with marker after the pen, and now what I'm doing is I'm putting an extra paper on to the top of that drawing, over the drawing, to trace it out, but not trace it exactly. I'm going to make it change the movement just a tiny bit. So here in this one you can see where the hands have come closer to the body and the feet have changed position. So basically I'm doing this over and over again to get all the frames of my animation. The aim is to make the movements look as smooth as possible. This is for my animation. For you, maybe you want it to look more like pixelated, or what you call that word, like jittery. So you can decide how small your change in movements will be as you do each drawing. Also, when you are doing the tracing, you will have to remove the older drawings from the bottom of the pile and just work on the drawings that you have currently, the drawings that you're currently working on. Because if you have too many papers on the Lightbox, you won't be able to see through them, and that means you won't be able to do the tracing that you are trying to do. So that is basically the main thing, and for the next few seconds, minutes, you'll see me work through each drawing, and I'm just flipping to check to see if I can see the movement that I want to see in each of them. And there is where I'm taking off the old drawing at the back and putting just one drawing on, and then the new paper on top, so that I can see properly when I'm tracing. Another very important point to note is please number your drawings. They can get mixed up because you're going to be drawing quite a few drawings, and they all have a slight change, so sometimes they could get mixed up. So it's best to number them. So put a little number in the top corner of the drawing just to keep track. Drawing number 1, drawing number 2, And yeah, that will save you a lot of headache at the end when you're ready to take the photos of each of these drawings. So when you have all the drawings together, you're going to take photos of your drawings so that you can create your animation. So what I did is stack them all together and then take each photo of each drawing one by one, number one, number two, number three, and carry on until I finish taking pictures of everything. Then you put them together on CapCut, making sure that the drawings are all in sequence. And here is my finished product. I am really proud of myself. This is my first animation like this, and also the bipedal walk is not really something very easy, so I'm happy that I got to do this. So here you go. Alright, so I want to just mention that I did loop this motion, so I probably had 12 frames and I looped the frames at different speeds. So basically I played it slower at one point, medium speed, and then fast, but it was just the same pictures looping over and over again.